Everyone, it's Kay here. Thank you very much for being here. I want to say thank you and welcome to my channel for all the people that have subscribed to my channel recently, and thank you very much for all those people that are still with me and giving me thumbs up and making comments. I really I'm grateful for all the new subscribers, but I'm very, very grateful for all those people who continually make comments on my videos, and I'm just very grateful for people like Susan of Susan Gazaway's Papercrafting with Susan Gazaway, and Leanne, who doesn't have a YouTube channel but is on Instagram, and also people who drop in regularly as well, like Nat Williams, Becca Relly's books, Karen of Crafty Karen, and I'm sure I've missed somebody, and I apologise for that. I've had a bad couple of days. Anyway, we won't go into why I've had a couple of bad days. Anyway, I've got a little bit of a small shopping and thrifty haul here. So I'll start with a thrifty haul to start off with. I picked up this book of Australian poems. I thought I had this, but I obviously don't because I looked. But I quite like it because of the pictures, the Australian pictures in here. They're just really lovely, and there's poems to go with them. And quite often the poems are by authors of the past, like C.J. Dennis and Banjo Patterson and people like that, who were around quite a while ago now. So it's interesting to see the images they've done to do these poems are quite modern in a way. Mary Gilmore, and I've heard of her too, but so I'm not too sure about her knowledge. I have to admit that, you know, because of my age, I probably had a lot of information about men and their work, but not so much about women and their work. And I need to I feel that I need to catch up with that kind of stuff, really. So, but I just love the images. This really... I remember this one here about when I was at primary school, about the trianti-wanti envelope. I just remember reading it quite a few times, but I don't remember the poem itself, but I remember doing this bit here about the trianti-wanti envelope. I don't remember but I remember saying that bit a bit, so I reckon that must have been 1 year at primary school where we did that as a learning thing, I suppose, or just for fun, I don't know. So the person who did this was born in America, and when she went to live in England when she was young, and she lived on a nature reserve on the edge of the Norfolk Broads, and she illustrated many children's books for people like A.N.C. Black and Hutchinson and Collins. And then in 1969 she came to Australia with a son and daughter, and she became an illustrator in 1974, a feature film, Marco Polo Jr. It's lovely, I didn't know that. There you go. So there's that book. Then I picked up this book. I was probably paid way too much, but I just thought it was just worth it. It's got a little address here and on the front here. I can't take this off because it's stuck. I have to know what the cover is like. Oh wow. Can I get that off as well? Yeah. That's beautiful. It's the right colour for an Australian kind of journal. Green, gold. But it's got, and the images are shiny, so I apologise for any shininess in advance. That's the only trouble with some of these books. This was first published in, I can't remember now, was it 1938? I did read it before. I've lost it again now. 1938, and it was reprinted in 1967. So this picture here, this is a Stir Desert Pea. This is the flower emblem for South Australia. I've only seen a few stir desert peas. They're usually found in the drier, deserty areas. But I picked this up because I just thought the illustrations of the wildflowers were just gorgeous. And it's got the description here. Now this is going to annoy me that I've picked this up and it's not going to stick back down again now. Try that way, okay? Try that. That's better. The only trouble is it's double-sided. How annoying. How am I going to do that? I suppose I could just create a clear pocket and have both sides showing. That would work. I don't think I want to laminate things. They're just beautiful. Australian wildflowers are beautiful. They just sometimes a bit hard to see because they're usually, oh not usually, they're quite often ground level and small and things like that, and you have to look. There are some trees and bushes that are, like grevillea is quite, you can see that really easily, and bottle brushes, also myrtle. You can see them quite clearly, and gum trees and things like that, you can see them really clearly. But some of the smaller, like orchids and things like that, you have to really look. When we went to Western Australia, about 8 years ago now, we didn't realise we were going to go in this spring, we'd forgotten that there was the season for all the wildflowers, and we stopped once because we needed a bit of a toilet stop, you know, you had to find a bush and whatever because you're miles away from anywhere, because it's like they were there to drive, what was it, 700 kilometres between Eucla and Norseman, or was it between Norseman and what's the name of the place? Esperance, which is still 400, 500 kilometres. We had to stop because there's nothing in between for a toilet stop. And when we just stopped for a bit there and found a bush or whatever, and then I realised when I was standing there how many little bushes and flowers there were in one. I think I must have counted about 15 or 16 flowers, all different. It's just this one tiny area. I couldn't believe it. I said to my husband, I said, look at this. He said, yes, I can see. I said, look, you just, how many flowers are here? How many little different kinds? So I actually have a book of that of all the photographs. I must have taken, I don't know how many photographs I took of all the flowers. It was just so many of them. I love this one with the backgrounds. The sort of grey backgrounds, but it's different on both sides. Oh no, I can't even cut that one up on both sides either because they're, oh, it's annoying. Because there's two on that side and one on that side. Actually, I don't mind because I'm not a big fan of that one, but I like these two. So this side is all matte and beautiful paper and slightly aged, which is a good thing, and it's really lovely. Like I said, I'm denied about buying it, and I thought, oh, there's enough in here for me to use. Because at the back, there's no pictures at all. It's just all writing. But I can use that as well. Like you can create a little background with that, and then just put put a flower on top of it. But this, I got this from the Animal Welfare League and op shop, and in there they actually had another book from of 1930s film stars, 1930s, 40s film stars, like Greta Garbo and was it the 50s maybe, Gloria Swanson and people like that. And they had the images of them, and they had all these clothes you could put them in, so they would like dress up paper dolls. They were paper dolls, but they were of film stars. And I thought, oh, maybe I should pick that up, but I just thought they were asking way too much. I think it was like $20 odd dollars, $24, $28 maybe. It was a lot. Anyway, so in the end I didn't pick it up, but perhaps I should have done because somebody might have liked it. Anyway, so I got this next parcel. It came in a very pink mailing package from Paper Inspirations, which is in Queensland, and beautifully wrapped paper here. And I'll taken it all apart, sorry. So it came with a free, it came with a thank you small sample of their coffee dyed papers. So this is a small section of coffee dyed. I've never bought coffee dyed papers because I'm not a big fan of coffee, and I was worried that if I bought coffee dyed papers that it would be the smell hanging around, but this one's, it can't smell anything. But that's a really cute little package. I have to make something with those because I've realised I get these things and I don't make anything with them that I show on camera. I mean, I make things off camera, but don't show all of them on camera. So mainly because I just don't come up with very many ideas of my own, and I'm always a bit stuck at what to do with stuff, and but I need to improve on making things with stuff I buy. So this is sticking to me. This bubble wrap that came in that particular package. So the other things I've got, so what I bought from there was these Holden Papers. So this was Home for the Holidays, this one, they're Christmas ones, and I bought them because I've seen a few people who use Holden Papers, and I thought, oh, they are gorgeous. They are gorgeous. They're not inexpensive though. And by the time you pay postage, it adds up. But they are gorgeous. And no one I know, I don't know very many places in Adelaide that sells this sort of stuff. It's just beautiful. Really lovely. Gorgeous pictures. Oh, I love that too. Wow, that's stunning. It's funny, we don't have snow at Christmas in Australia, but I think because a number of us come from countries that do have snow at Christmas, we sort of have that sort of hearkening, yearning feeling. But I'm sure people who live in snowy countries at Christmas are quite happy not to have snow sometimes because it's snow in and it gets too cold. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, so beautiful. I could make 2 cards out of that. Could I make two cards out of that? So look. Yeah, I could. Lovely. I don't use it for anything else. Maybe an ephemera folder or something like that. They're just lovely. I've got a bit of a... They look like they're shiny or sparkly, but maybe it's just because of the way the paper is. Just the shining of the paper. Really lovely, beautiful. So it goes. It says 24 sheets, 12 designs. There's 2 of each design. Then there's this one called Christmas Velvet. Really lovely, beautiful. Love this one too. That could be used any time of the year, really. That one. That's lovely. I love that look. But again, I reckon that can be used any time of the year. Same for that one. Lovely. So I'm going to have to leave them out so I can make something with them. Beautiful. Suppose we can cut these out and use these as little cluster starters, builders. Put little images in there, Christmas images. That'd be good. More of those little square things, different colour, and a different colour again, and different colour again. Oh, that'd be useful. Could use them like that, I suppose. And that's the beginning, yes. So anyway, I got those from Sue at Paper Inspirations, and she has a YouTube channel as well, so I'll try to remember to put her in my description box below the video. And for those people who don't know, people who show videos, there's always a description box below the show. It gives you links to things that they might talk about in their videos. You just have to the videos underneath, there's a bit of things that says more, so click on more and you'll get some other things underneath it there if you didn't know that already. And once again, I want to say thank you very much for all those people that have just joined me or are still with me, and I really appreciate So grateful for you all, and I hope to see you next video. Thank you very much for being here. Bye-bye.